right? I tell my kids all the time, being a good student is doing well what you're not happy about doing.
Right.
Right?
Hey, let's talk about that for a
Absolutely.
second, because that's a huge part of it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I think with a site called Practice Warriors, it's all about trying to get people to enjoy the process, to know that there is improvement, to be joyful in the improvement, to try not to be too negative, to understand there's going to be mistakes. How did you? I guess you've already sort of explained it, that you knew what you were going to be and you knew how you needed to be there, and you said, I can deal with the practicing, I'm gonna do it. How do we get other people to have that feeling? Unless I'm mistaken.
Everybody's different. Well, there are a couple of things. I didn't know what I was going to be until a few of my brothers dropped out of college, and I realized I don't have to go to college. I can just play music. Really? So there were blessings and curses that came along with that. But I was just playing music because that's what I grew up doing.
Sure.
I thought I was going to be a fireman, policeman, what all the little
Real
boys
job.
thought
Yeah.
in the late 60s, early 70s. But the thing that my parents taught is, no, you don't have to enjoy it. You still have to do a good job. My dad fought in the Korean War, not because he enjoyed it, but he had to do it right and do it well.
Right.
I mean, he was fighting in the Korean War in heavy racist time.
Yeah.
So you fight for the country and come back to the country, you can't drink out of the water fountain.
That's right.
But to stay alive and to keep your people alive and to do what the country's asking you to do, not because you enjoy it, but you do a good job. So I had to do stuff like washing dishes and take out the garbage and stuff like that. I enjoy it, but I learned to do a good job anyway. And that is the key, is to learn to do a good job. I tell my boys this in school, say, you're not a good student until you're good at the subjects you don't like, right? If you're good at soccer and gym and gymnastics, of course you love that.
Yeah, it's easy to enjoy.
But when you're good at math and all these other stuff you don't enjoy, at that point you're a good student. And because I tell them, life is not only doing what you enjoy. Even though I love music, there's times where I don't enjoy it.
Sure.
There are times I don't feel like playing. I got a migraine. I'm dealing with the weirdest things in my hands. My hands barely work right now. So I don't always enjoy playing. But I'm not doing it for my enjoyment. I'm doing it for yours. And at that point, I find my enjoyment. Right? I am struggling right now playing. I'm still working on it. It's getting better slowly, but it's a weird thing that I'm dealing with the connection between the brain and the hand. So I know I don't always enjoy it, but I learned very young. It's not always about your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Right? When I read about all the people that I look up to, whether it's the Buddha or in the Christian Jesus or Muhammad or the Dalai Lama or whoever, I just like to read because the stories are great. Whether true or false, I can learn from it. And in those stories, I can't say they enjoyed the whole thing.
I know.
Dr. Martin Luther King, was he enjoying marching and maybe going to get killed? And
Birmingham jail? No.
it's not about enjoyment all the time, right? But it's about doing what's right.
And being in service. It seems to always come back to that with you.
I mean, that's why we're on the planet together.
Yeah.
If it was all about me, I think I'd be on the planet by myself.
Right.
But they put us together, so I think it's about that.
That'd be a lonely place.
Yeah.